Frangipane mince pies, the ultimate mince pie recipe, loved even by people who don't usually like mince pies. Yeah, who knew? And if you're scared of making sweet pastry, then please give this recipe a go. But if you choose to use ready-bought, then I won't judge you. So in a food processor, you're going to want to put 200 grams of plain flour. Then to that, you're going to add 25 grams of icing sugar, followed by 120 grams of cold cubed butter. And what you're going to do is you're going to blitz this up until it's like breadcrumbs. Then you want to add 2 tablespoons of really cold water along with 1 egg that's been beaten. You're then going to put on the food processor and you're going to mix it until it starts to clump together. You'll see it there coming together quite nicely. Now here's my first top tip. You want to pop it into some cling film and place it into the fridge for 30 minutes before you use it. Otherwise it's going to be a sticky little disaster. When you want to use it, you want to make sure you flour your surface along with any rolling pin. And the other thing that I like to do is I like to keep moving the pastry about so that it doesn't stick too. This really helps. Now any muffin tin is fine, but I'm going to be using this loose bottomed mini muffin tin, and yes, I'll put the link in the description for you. Cut out the pastry with a cookie cutter and just place to one side. I usually get around about 18 of this to this recipe, and you're just going to lay the pastry circles over the top because I have a little hack which I find makes life a lot easier. I just take the end of my rolling pin and gently push down. This means I don't tear the pastry. Then what you're going to do is let the pastry rest in the fridge for around about 30 minutes, and you can preheat your oven at this point to 180 degrees centigrade. To make the filling, you're going to need 100 grams of soft butter along with 100 grams of caster sugar, and you're going to blitz this up until it's fluffy. Now you may need to stop this a time or two to just make sure you get everything from the edge of the food processor or mixing bowl. Then you're going to add in 1 tablespoon of plain flour, 100 grams of ground almonds, then 2 eggs which have been beaten, and 1 teaspoon of almond extract, not essence because that tastes nasty. Then you want to whiz it up till it's all combined. Again, you might just need to stop and start the food processor or mixer just to make sure that everything is away from the edge and into the mixture. Then take the pastry out of the fridge, and the first thing you're going to do is pop some mincemeat in. I do love this one from Booth's, it's so good. And you want a teaspoon of this into the bottom of each of the pastry cases. Then you're going to follow it with a good dollop of that frangipane mixture. Don't worry about spreading it out because it spreads itself out in the oven. Then you want to place in the oven for around about 20 to 25 minutes. They should come out really nice. Now you see why I like those loose bottom ones, because they easily come out and they've got this lovely straight edge. I did do some with an ordinary muffin tin, and sometimes you just have to help it from the edge there, but you can see the difference. One's really nice and straight and one's sort of a little bit on the angular side. And then you want to drench them with icing sugar. These are so nice, and I think they will also be one of your family favourites for many years to come. And if you want the full written recipe, you know where to go. My website, cookingwithemily.co.uk.